Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon. Our HOC's Alexis Bellino shares details about Janssens' very romantic proposal. Every Bravo viewer knows by now that Alexis Bellino is engaged to Janssen, but the Real Housewives of Orange County star just shared details about how it happened. Monsters and critics might have subconsciously known that something was about to go down because in August, we shared details of Alexis and John's getaway to celebrate their 9-month dating anniversary. By the end of the trip, Alexis was engaged and now the two are planning their wedding, which is tentatively set for 2025. Alexis spilled the details during a chat with Bravo, calling the moment romantic. The blonde beauty was caught off guard by the proposal, but she knew it was coming at some point. Since her return to the show, Alexis has talked endlessly about her romance with Johnny J, sharing that they had already discussed getting married. During a past episode, while the women were on a cast trip minus Alexis, she called in via video and revealed that she and John were looking at wedding rings. At the time, the pair had only been dating for a few months, but were already convinced they wanted to spend the rest of their lives together. The controversial couple has taken the first step toward doing just that. Alexis Bellino talks about Janssens' very romantic proposal, the returning RHOC star stopped by Bravo HQ, and her recent engagement was a topic of conversation. It was super exclusive. It was very romantic, shared Alexis, who noted that the big moment happened at the San Isidro Ranch in Santa Barbara. The couple was having dinner and discussing their whirlwind 9-month romance, and it was an emotional moment for them both. That's when John exclaimed, "I just can't wait anymore," and then she noticed that he was holding the ring. The Bravo housewife confessed that she didn't remember everything John said during the proposal except, "I just love you." Meanwhile, although she knew an engagement was coming, she wasn't prepared for it at that moment. "I was not prepared at all," reasoned the 47-year-old. "I didn't have the hair, the makeup, the outfit wasn't what I would have chosen." RHOC newbie Katie Ganella is super excited for Alexis and John. New RHOC star Katie Ganella also spoke to Bravo and revealed that Alexis sent her and Jennifer Pedranti a photo of her stunning cushion-cut ring the night she got engaged. "We were super happy for her," exclaimed Katie, who noted that they also purchased a gift for the happy couple and it caused blowback, seemingly from her castmates. "We gave Alexis an engagement gift, and that was just quite a thing," shared the brunette beauty. "I got a lot of messages about how horrible that was, but for me, I would give any of them a congratulatory gift for a life event." Alexis Bellino, known for her time on the Real Housewives of Orange County, had taken a step back from the spotlight for a while. But it didn't take long for her name to resurface in connection with an unexpected development. This time, it wasn't a reunion drama or a social media feud. Instead, it was the shock of her revealing intimate details about Janssens' very romantic proposal. For months, rumors swirled about Alexis and her life post-RHOC. Her engagement to her now fiancé had been a topic of interest, but little had been shared publicly. The idea that Alexis would emerge as a voice in the unfolding relationship drama between Shannon Beater and Janssen caught many off guard. The story begins with Alexis sitting in a cozy interview, a serene smile across her face, sipping from a wine glass with the casual elegance that once defined her time on reality TV. The setting was relaxed, far from the extravagant parties or upscale events fans associated with the Housewives franchise. "I just want to clear the air," she began, setting the tone for what was about to be a personal and heartfelt retelling. "There's so much talk about John and Shannon, about who he is and what he did or didn't do," Alexis explained. "But what people don't know is that I was there for a part of their journey, and while I won't speak to their relationship, I will say that the John I knew had a romantic soul. His proposal, it was something straight out of a movie." The revelation sent ripples through the Housewives fandom. Alexis, seemingly out of nowhere, had become a key figure in an emotional turning point for John. But what made her version of events so intriguing was the contrast it provided against the drama we'd seen unfold between Shannon and John. Was this the same man who had broken Shannon's heart in the tumultuous final months of their relationship? The same man who fans were quick to label as cold or emotionally distant? The proposal, Alexis continued, her voice taking on a softer, more nostalgic tone, was private. Not many people knew about it, but it was magical. John had taken her to a vineyard. It was one of those beautiful, sun-kissed afternoons where everything felt like it was glowing. He knew Shannon loved wine, and so he planned a private tour of the vineyard followed by a romantic dinner under the stars. As Alexis spoke, her words painted a vivid picture. John had allegedly orchestrated the proposal with meticulous attention to detail, down to the lighting and music. According to Alexis, John had hired a local string quartet to serenade them as they strolled through the vineyard, glasses of wine in hand. There was this moment, Alexis recalled, where Shannon looked completely at peace. I think she was caught up in the beauty of it all, in the gesture. He had this way of making you feel like you were the only person in the world that mattered. As the sun began to set, Alexis said, John led Shannon to a secluded area of the vineyard where a table had been set up. Candles flickered in the twilight, and the soft strains of the quartet's music floated through the air. It was like something out of a fairy tale, Alexis said, her eyes sparkling at the memory. He got down on one knee, with the sun setting behind him, and asked her to be his forever. For a moment, it seemed as though Alexis was reliving the romance herself. The proposal, as she described it, felt like a turning point for both John and Shannon, an intimate moment where their love story could have evolved into something more. He had this gorgeous ring, Alexis added. It wasn't just about the size of the diamond, it was about what it represented. He had picked out every detail, thinking of Shannon and her love for elegance and simplicity. Of course, as fans know, the fairy tale didn't last. But Alexis didn't delve into the fallout. I won't comment on what happened between them afterward. I can only speak to what I saw that day, and that was a man deeply in love, a man who had poured his heart into creating a moment they would both remember forever. The interview took an unexpected turn when Alexis hinted at her own connections with John and Shannon, revealing that she had kept in touch with both of them over the years, though more so with Shannon. Shannon has been through a lot, and I've always admired her resilience, Alexis said. No one can ever really understand what happens behind closed doors in a relationship, but I think people should know that John's proposal was genuine. It was one of the most romantic things I've ever witnessed. In true RHOC fashion, Alexis's comments opened up a flurry of speculation. How much had she really known about their relationship? Was she defending John, or was she simply providing a different perspective? Fans were divided, with some praising Alexis for sharing a side of John that had been overshadowed by the negative press, while others questioned the timing of her revelations. As the conversation drew to a close, Alexis reflected on her own journey with love and relationships. We all want that fairy tale moment, she said with a wistful smile. John gave that to Shannon, even if things didn't work out the way they had hoped. And I think that's something worth remembering. For Alexis Bellino, it seemed the romantic proposal was more than just a fleeting moment in someone else's love story. It was a reminder that even in the often chaotic, dramatic world of Real Housewives, there are moments of genuine emotion, moments where love takes center stage, if only for a little while.